Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with TZ and the C, cooking what we crave. So today we are going to prepare some saltfish fritters for you. So if you're looking for a very quick and easy breakfast menu, this one is a must, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on that notification button so you can be notified when we drop some delicious and authentic Jamaican recipes. So to start off this saltfish fritters recipe, all you need is some saltfish first and flour. So first we're going to soak the saltfish from overnight. If you're planning to cook, if you're planning ahead of time and you say, okay, I want some saltfish fritters tomorrow, you can go ahead and soak the saltfish from overnight, right? So it is better that way. You'll reduce some of the salt content in the saltfish. Or if you get up one morning and you say, okay, then me feed some saltfish fritters, you can soak it for about half an hour or so, and it still does the same job. It still can work just the same, right? So what we're going to do now is leave the saltfish there to soak, and then we're going to prepare our seasoning. So with the saltfish fritters, you're going to add a seasoning to it, which are vegetables. Yes, so we're talking about vegetables. So you're going to dice the tomatoes into smaller and smaller pieces, so you don't get them big, you just cut them very small. We're also going to use here scallion or green onions, and you're going to mince the scallion or green onions as well, right? Because you don't want, when you're biting on the saltfish fritters, you have those large chunk of vegetables biting on. No, we don't want that. So you're going to mince them or dice them into very small pieces. So we have here onions, and we're just going to repeat the same process. So you want to ensure that all your seasoning, your tomato, your scallion, and your onion, they are minced, so they are in very small piece. Because what this does is, with the seasoning that we're adding to the saltfish fritters, it will add more flavor, right? It would add, get a little kick, get a different taste, get a different vibes, yeah. So adding this seasoning will give the fritters, the saltfish fritters, a more, popping flavor. It tastes better, right? So we're just going to pour that in a container. Then what we're going to do now is we're going to pour 1.5 cups of flour into the container containing the seasoning, right? And after that, we're going to mix everything, get everything blended. And then, say if you cook fritters, any fritters you want, make it a spoon drop fritters, or saltfish fritters, or banana fritters, you need water, right? So before we get into that, what we're going to do now is we are going to salt out the saltfish. So we're going to peel or remove the scale from the saltfish, and this is how it is looking, right? But we didn't boil the saltfish. We didn't boil the saltfish. So what we did, we put the saltfish in water to reduce the salt content from the saltfish. So it is best and it is more ideal if you're going to cook this ahead of time. You can do it from overnight. You get rid of most of the salt from it. But it can also be done if in the morning, if you plan that, okay, I want some saltfish fritters. No, you can do it in the morning as well, but preferably soak it for about half an hour or more. This will help to reduce the salt content from the saltfish. So what we're going to do now is transfer the saltfish into the container. So with the saltfish, you want to ensure that the saltfish as well, you pick it in small pieces. Guys, a saltfish fritters we are cook, right? Sometimes when you make some saltfish fritters or somebody give a saltfish fritters, try to search for the saltfish in the fritters. Well, that's not what we're doing today. We are preparing saltfish fritters. So you don't have to search for the saltfish in this fritters because we have a whole heap of saltfish in this. So if you're a saltfish lover, add as much saltfish as you would like. So we're going to pour half cup of water into the mixture, and we're just going to give it a stir or get everything well blended, so you can blend out the flour, mix together with the saltfish and the seasoning and everything into this bowl. So we're just going to continue to pour the water and mix. So you want to pour it little by little so you don't spoil the dough. So to be on the safe side, pour little by little. So you pour and you mix, you pour and you mix. So this is the batter that we're looking for, or the mixture that we're looking for. It's not too runny, it's not too thick, it is just perfect. Look at it. So when you make the mixture, it must drop like that, right? So when you pour it from the spoon, it mustn't be too runny, right? So this is just perfect. Yes, I can see the tomato in there. You see a scallion, you see that green scallion, you see the tomato, you see it lumpy. Yes, that's the saltfish. So you don't have to search for the saltfish in this saltfish fritters because it's here, guys, right? So when you place the fritters into the pan, it must drop like that. So perfect. It's not running, it's not too thick where it is sticking to the spoon, it just dropped perfectly. So this is how they are looking after placing everything in the pan. So you're just going to turn it on about medium flame, medium to high, to allow the saltfish fritters to soak properly. You don't want to turn it on low flame because it can absorb a lot of oil. So after being golden brown, we're going to turn them on opposite sides, so opposite sides can become golden brown. And with saltfish fritters, you want to ensure that they are crispy, so you turn it on medium to high flame so that they can become crispy. You don't want them to be too soft and absorb a lot of oil, so you turn them on medium to high flame so they can be golden brown as well as becoming crispy, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a crispy saltfish fritters. You don't want it to be too soft and saggy. No, we don't want that. And you see it is looking very beautiful. Look at that red, them look vibrant colors there in the saltfish fritters. Yes, that's our tomato and our scallion. So you're just gonna turn them on opposite sides and leave them to become golden brown and crispy. Okay guys, so this is a close-up view of how the saltfish fritters are looking while they were turned on opposite sides, right? So what we're going to do now is just leave them to absorb or to soak up some of the oil to, you know, soak properly. So when you put them on high flame, yes, you don't absorb as much oil. So what we're doing now is we transfer them to a paper towel, right, to absorb the oil onto it. So this is our delicious saltfish fritters. I do hope you enjoy.